Hello, and welcome to today's session. I am so excited to have you here with me on this incredible journey of improving your English. Whether you're a beginner or have been learning English for years, today's session is going to be transformative for your learning process. If you've ever wondered how to learn English faster and more effectively with minimal effort, this is the session for you. I've been an English language teacher for a couple of years, helping students just like you improve their speaking, writing, listening, and reading skills. Over the years, I've come to realize that learning a new language doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about memorizing complicated grammar rules or trying to understand words you'll never use. It's about creating habits, small habits that, when practiced consistently, can make all the difference. Today's session is called 10 Daily Proven Small Habits to Improve Your English Magically. I'll be guiding you through each habit, explaining how it works, and providing you with concrete, actionable examples that you can start implementing today. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear roadmap to follow, and trust me, it will feel like magic as you see your English skills improve. Before we get started, let's talk about something important. Learning a new language, especially English, doesn't happen overnight. You can't expect to become fluent in just 1 week. But what you can do is make small, consistent improvements every day. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how quickly your English skills can grow. I'm going to start with a habit that you've probably heard about before. It's simple, but incredibly effective. Ready? Let's dive in. Habit 1. Listening to English every day. I want you to picture this. You're walking to work, sitting in a cafe, or even just relaxing at home. Imagine if, during these moments, you could be listening to English. This habit is all about immersing yourself in the language. And no, I don't mean you need to sit down and study for hours. You can start small, just 15 to 20 minutes a day. Listen to sessions like this one, watch YouTube videos, or listen to English songs or audiobooks. The more you hear the language, the more you'll start to recognize patterns and sounds. For example, let's say you're listening to an audiobook while you're cooking. The key is to pay attention to how words are pronounced and how sentences flow. After some time, you might notice that you start to pick up on words or phrases that you hadn't noticed before. Even though you're not actively studying, you're subconsciously absorbing the language, and that's a powerful tool. Concrete example. Let's break it down even more. Imagine you're listening to an audiobook about personal growth. One phrase that keeps appearing is, take action. If you hear it enough times in different contexts, you'll not only learn what it means, but you'll also remember how to use it correctly. The next time you're talking about your own goals, you might say, I need to take action to achieve my dreams. This is how exposure works. Without even trying too hard, you've improved your vocabulary and understanding. Habit 2. Speaking every day, even for 5 minutes. The next habit is just as simple, but equally impactful. Speaking every day is key. Many English learners shy away from speaking because they're afraid of making mistakes. Let me tell you, mistakes are not only okay, they're essential. Every time you make a mistake, you're learning something new. Find a language partner or even practice speaking to yourself in the mirror. You can describe your day, your thoughts, or even practice a topic you're passionate about. The goal is to get comfortable speaking and forming sentences, even if they're not perfect. Concrete. Example, let's say you've learned how to talk about your daily routine. For the next week, you can start by saying, in the morning, I wake up at 7 a.m., I have breakfast, and then I go to work. It doesn't have to be complex. Just try speaking for 5 minutes every day. Before you know it, you'll feel more confident, and your ability to speak English will improve dramatically. Habit 3. Reading aloud. This next habit is a game changer, especially for improving pronunciation and fluency. Reading aloud helps reinforce how words are pronounced and how sentences are constructed. It also helps with memorizing vocabulary. When you read aloud, your brain connects the written word to the spoken word. Start by reading short articles, books, or even news stories in English. When you read, focus on pronouncing the words clearly. You can also mimic the tone, rhythm, and emotion of the speaker if you're listening to a session or audiobook. This will help your speaking sound more natural over time. Concrete. Example. For instance, let's say you're reading a short story. When you come across a word like adventure, focus on saying it clearly. Pay attention to the vowel sounds and stress the first syllable, adventure. As you continue reading aloud, you'll begin to notice improvements in how you pronounce words and how fluent you sound. Habit 4. Vocabulary building with flashcards. Now, this habit is all about building your vocabulary. Flashcards are a great tool for this. Whether you prefer physical cards or using an app like Anki or Quizlet, the idea is to review new words regularly. You'll want to create flashcards with the word on one side and the meaning and an example sentence on the other. Concrete. Example. Let's say you've learned a new word like benevolent, which means showing kindness or goodwill. You write the word on one side of the flashcard, and on the other side you write, "The benevolent teacher always helps her students." By reviewing your flashcards every day, you'll reinforce this vocabulary. Research shows that reviewing flashcards spaced over time increases memory retention, so this practice will help you remember new words longer. Habit 5. Consuming content with subtitles. Another habit I highly recommend is watching TV shows, movies, or YouTube videos in English with subtitles. This is an incredibly powerful tool, especially for beginners. The subtitles help you connect the spoken words to the written form. This is particularly useful for learning slang, idiomatic expressions, and natural conversation patterns. Concrete example. If you're watching a TV show, try watching it first with subtitles in English, then try watching it again without them. For example, in a show like Friends, you might hear the phrase, "I'm just messing with you." The subtitles will help you connect the slang expression to the meaning, and over time, you'll feel more comfortable using it in your own conversations. Habit 6. Write daily. Writing every day is another excellent habit that can dramatically improve your English skills. Start small. You don't have to write an essay every day. Just writing a short journal entry, a few sentences about your day, or even an email to a friend can make a huge difference. Concrete. Example. One of my students started writing just a few lines every day about her routine. At first, she wrote simple sentences like, "I wake up at 7 a.m., I drink coffee." Over time, her sentences became more complex. "I wake up at 7 a.m., have a cup of coffee, and then go for a short walk before starting my workday." Through daily writing, she significantly improved her sentence structure and vocabulary. Habit 7. Focus on one new grammar point at a time. I understand that grammar can be intimidating, but here's the secret. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many rules at once. Instead, pick one grammar point to focus on each week. It could be something simple, like present simple versus present continuous, or something more advanced, like using the passive voice. Concrete. Example, if you're working on the present continuous tense, practice it by talking about what's happening right now. I'm recording a session. You're listening to it. This helps reinforce your understanding of the grammar point through real-life examples. Habit 8. Surround yourself with English. This is one of the most important habits, surrounding yourself with English. This means that English becomes a part of your daily life. Change your phone's language settings to English, follow English-speaking social media accounts, or even label items around your house in English. Concrete. Example, if you change your phone settings, all of your apps, messages, and notifications will be in English. This small change will expose you to new words and phrases that you'll naturally begin to recognize and remember. Habit 9. Practice English with native speakers. Another excellent habit is practicing English with native speakers. While it's not always easy to find a native speaker to talk to, there are many apps and websites where you can connect with English speakers from around the world. These conversations will expose you to more authentic, natural ways of speaking. Concrete example, you can use online platforms to find language partners. By practicing conversations, you'll improve not only your vocabulary, but also your understanding of how to use words in context. Habit 10. Stay consistent and patient. Finally, the most important habit of all, consistency and patience. Language learning is a long-term process. Some days will feel easier than others, but don't give up. Even if you're only able to dedicate 10 minutes a day, that's enough to make progress. Concrete. Example. Let's say you miss a day or two. Instead of giving up, just pick up where you left off. The key is to make small, consistent steps every day, no matter how busy you are. There you have it. 10 simple daily habits that, when practiced consistently, will improve your English in ways you never imagined. Remember, small actions lead to big results. Start today and you'll see progress before you know it. Stay patient, stay consistent, and enjoy the journey. Thank you for joining me today. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear about your progress and any habits you're planning to start. Until next time, keep improving your English. And remember, magic happens when you take action every day.